Welcome to part 3 of the Spanish Inquisition. No, the stupid phone technology sucks when you're fucking too busy to pay attention to it. Okay, so for a second there, I thought I was recording on system memory because this is the replacement phone for the phone that I dropped into the fish tank. There's a hair in the slide keyboard. That's fascinating. Maybe it was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Please tell me I have another cigarette. Oh, fuck. So, anyways. I was saying something about my face was stupid and I don't look like a 15-year-old anymore. Pretty sure I'm not a 15-year-old. Oh my god, I just thought of how old my children are. I'm not telling y'all, but old enough to make me start feeling really fucking old. Okay? As if, my last birthday didn't. Okay. So, what part 1 was about, and we're moving on, and, hand was down. No, open. That was that little proper mental state that I used to use to get like 9.7K on 56K modems using AOL dial-up back in the day, which I thought was pretty impressive. But never really thought it meant I was fucking Jesus or something. That was kind of a thought that I wasn't narcissistic enough to have. And literally I had to be told, okay? Even when the sky opened up and was like, hey you're me. I'm like, dear, tell me I'm fucking crazy, please. Well, I didn't have the capacity to be that much of a smartass. It was more like, if that's, no. If that's, then no. Tell me no. Please tell me no. And she was like, sorry, yes. And she like, kind of went like this and said, I think I should go inside and let you be alone. And that's when I kind of planned all this out. The funny part is, I think, that me up there still walks with a limp, a cane. Like, recognizably similar exact limp, too. Like, that's the first thing I noticed. Anyways. I've talked about that on previous videos, so I'm not going to go into that because I wasn't supposed to go into that because we did, okay, so part 1 was about why Christians should not trust Republicans. And part 2 was about why Christians should laugh at me for a second because I'm obviously no longer a professional technology person. I just don't give a shit about it anymore. On purpose. Like, intentionally, just fuck you, technology. And it's nothing, like, personal. I don't think technology's evil. Well, it's used for evil quite effectively. Certainly gives evil an advantage. But the reason why it hasn't given good an advantage because good people have largely been kept ignorant, haven't they? So yes, part 1, why Christians should not, people of faith should not trust Republicans. Part 2 was technical differences. And part 3 is going to continue where part 1 was supposed to leave off in part 2 with the Puddin' Pops. Well, no Puddin' Pops. This is definitely not the season for Puddin' Pops. Y'all know what I meant by that. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. I need a cigarette. I can't put the phone down to pack a pack of cigarettes, and I'm not about to be some kind of heathen who would smoke a cigarette that's unpacked. Pausing the camera, not receiving a phone call. Okay, I think that has worked, and kind of really makes the bottom of my head look fat. Okay, so yay, no part 4. Anyway, I know a lot of you wish I would take notes on current events and do commentary on that shit, but that's not my thing. I am, however, going to actually pick up where I left off and talk about what I wanted to talk about, because that's important. And I would really like to see other people sort of, you know, doing your own thing, bearing your own true witness to the false witness. This is just not a flattering angle, is it? You can see exactly how little shit I've given to my hair this morning. Oh, yes. But, you know, I kind of calculate a lot like Hillary Clinton does, I must say. I must admit, I have a brain and I have manners, and that plus an education and an entry into the political arena with the best of intentions, even a heart of gold, lends one to need to calculate. And I calculate, which may in itself prove me wrong, but I'm trying to open up and tell you that I've calculated that by not giving a fuck most times about my appearance on this channel, I will more effectively convey the idea that I do not do this for vain reasons. Okay? I badly need to shave my unibrow. Okay, like, let me just back y'all away just for your own good, you know, because that's nasty. That's a nasty woman right there. Such a nasty woman. Fuck am I talking? Okay. Yes. Leadership. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so you get to these panels, right? And you got, like, the fucking shit's divided into 6 parts, right? And, yeah, I'll back it away. I know, you can't stop staring at the fucking unibrow. Shut the fuck up, okay? Just shut your little brain up. oh, yes, you thought you were gonna play it off like I was just talking to a troll. There were several trolls that had that in common. Did you feel dirty now? Okay, anyways. Bit of a tangent there. So you got these fucking panels of people, okay? And I really like people to check out what I just added to the Need to Know Information About Reality playlist, because and I'll get the playlist in a second. I'm not prone to tangents, not me, not at all. So check out the Need to Know Information About Reality playlist, because there's this video from a channel called Media Matters for America. Okay. 4 with the number. Media Matters for America. And kid does good work. Okay, it's on the level of somebody who might have a staff, but he looks geeky enough to where it might be just him and a friend, you know? But it's very introspective, very neutral, um, very enlightening reporting. And if you're watching this, guys, to laugh at me, I still want to thank you for doing good work. Anyways, see, I am like Donald Trump. Am aware of the art of self-deprecation. Because I'm not a fucking narcissistic sociopath. You know? Okay. So the panels. Ooh, the panels. What am I talking about? Some fucking psychedelic wallpaper? No, I'm talking about Republicans who exhibit none of the qualities that Christians should be trusting. They don't try to empathize at all with the people they talk to. They are totally adversarial in their every statement, in their demeanor. They do not attempt to say, I understand how you feel that way. No, but guys, please. They never, not one of these Trump surrogates, they call them, has exhibited any quality. Has exhibited. I said exhibited, right? What? Has exhibited any quality of a comedian or a Christian. You know, it's pretty clear where I was going with that, considering it's in the title of the fucking video. So, I took liberties. I made a calculation. I'm bad like Hillary Clinton. Fucking. You know why the world laughs at Americans? You know why the world thinks we're idiots? It's because of shit like this. Because we allow ourselves to be hurted with the perception of children, okay? People just sitting there clapping like fucking sea otters at recited rhetoric and not exhibiting the basic survival skill it takes to vet the person you want in charge of your fucking country. That's a survival skill in most places of the world, okay? That's a very important thing in most places of the world. And the reason why most people sneer at Americans and their fucking spoiled ignorance is because we take it so for granted that it truly is disgusting. There are Republicans who are such sore fucking whiny losers, and you can see them in comments right now. Not all of these are Russian trolls pretending to be Americans. There are people not only threatening civil war, but saying that they want Putin to come here. Just as I warned you and you laughed at over a year ago. My doubters and my trolls. The skeptics. The objectivists. It's okay. Any good father is used to having their children doubt them. But as strict as a good father can possibly be, as angered as a good father can possibly be, one of the definitions, I think, of a good father is that they always give their children a second chance to learn something from their mistakes. And as I said, I read no script and I don't put much thought into what I say in these videos. You know what Joel Osteen was? You know what Joel Osteen and the like, and the Falwell and the Robertson creatures, you know what they are? They were an idiot test. They were numbers gathering AI bots. Okay? And my hand was close to the screen, but didn't move much just then. I don't know. I think it's fascinating. So I like to try to at least explain what I notice when I notice it. So consider it this way: if they can, for instance, promote a certain viewpoint, and then that viewpoint shows up as a demographic, okay, they have a trackable number. Once that trackable number gets to a certain point, they know that they can ramp the bullshit up to the next level and capitalize on the bullshit that already exists. Okay, and that's clearly what's happened in this country from about 1983, 85, all the way through the early 90s, and continuing to present day, obviously. But the light at the end of the tunnel, the second chance, if you will, is that Republicans, true conservatives, and even liberals who are just starting to kind of take a step back and be like, whoa, maybe the Cold War never ended. I mean, this is kind of hard to see where it did end. Based on stuff that you can delve into now about Ukraine and everything else. This election, this Trump card, could wind up uniting the country more than any other possible possibility. And I wanted to retract that, but I can't hit backspace while I'm fucking speaking. Than any other possible outcome. Yeah, whatever. Scenario. Than any other possible scenario. I just like saying that like that. Scenario. Yeah. It's a type of Civ 2 file. Yes, it's been that long since I've played that fucking game that I've said Civ 2. Okay. You see, Christians get mad. Okay? Obviously. Christians can get mad for the right reasons. So can anybody else. It's human nature to empathize. If you don't have empathy, you're what's called a sociopath. Wrong. These surrogates on these little boxes, these split screen boxes that they just let talk over each other until your fucking brain melts. Okay? You can't say that there's liberal media bias when they pay these fucking people to come on there. Especially when the people that they pay to oppose them are generally so weak and unprepared by comparison. Because, unlike what I do on this channel, what they do, what these surrogates do, is they speak based on memorized talking points. Okay? They have practice sessions that are much more competent than the Krispy Kreme Trump Festival or whatever the fuck went on with I guess it was a fat man in a dress behind the podium. I don't know what transpired there, but wish somebody had some kind of fucking recording device turned on during that shit, don't you? Okay. the things that they say, they're programmers, okay? They're programmed to say that. But their intention is to put these doubts, no matter how heinous every single statement is that they say, okay? And if you pick apart the individual things that they say, not one of them stands up to scrutiny, okay? Not one of them stands up to empathy, okay? And the ones that really seem to are actually the most insidious when fully analyzed. But Christians should know better. Christians should know the fundamental tenets of Christianity. I shouldn't be having to state all of this. But there was a prophesied time that a darkness would cloud the minds of those who thought they were the true believers. And only 144,000 clothed in white were the true believers and fit to be their judges. And you know what's funny? Is that a certain former Secretary of State saved a certain group of people. And that's being used against her right now because of your lack of tactical awareness, because of your ignorance, and because of the propaganda you've been adhering to like flies on honeydew. If, say, you wanted to rescue a bunch of people from a certain area because people that called themselves something different, say, booga boogas, okay, were surrounding the foo-foos, okay, and you were going to try to evacuate the foo-foos, but the booga boogas had them surrounded, okay, and the foo-foos kind of just in hiding in different little areas, okay. The only way you're going to get them foo-foos out is to put it on paper, is to make it look in every way that you possibly can. Those are not foo-foos. Those are just booga boogas that don't want the war. They're just peaceful booga boogas. They're secular booga boogas. But because you lack these basic, fundamental Christian values, you have been deceived into lacking the tactical awareness. You have been deceived by the God of war. Because you do not know the God of love. And on that bombshell, it's time to watch a space. Do that thing and a little other thing.